Right, shalom, shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Waharaka Kodash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and honors to you brothers out there in the highways and the byways, teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. Now, some breaking news. Not happy, controversial digital IDs, because a lot of people are against having digital IDs. There's a lot of backlash. Right, so controversial digital IDs won't be mandatory. Charles confirms in King's speech. Let's see if we can get straight to the point. Right, so His Majesty's speech marked the beginning of a new parliamentary session outlining the government's legislative priorities, which include changes to the digital ID scheme. Sir Keir Starmer first proposed mandatory digital IDs last year as part of plans to modernize public services and tighten right to work checks. But it has now been confirmed that the public will have an option to use the scheme as part of the digital access to services bill. It was announced that it would be free to access for anyone who wishes to use it. All right, ministers launched a consultation on digital ID in March, which would allow people to prove who they are online in one safe place at the touch of a button. The digital ID can also be used for things like free childcare vouchers, tax, passports, and driving licenses, replacing piles of paperwork and repeated checks. Chief Secretary to the Prime Minister, Darren Jones, said at the time that the current system often rewards pushy people who know how to work the system while others struggle to get help. Because there's always that angle of banking the unbanked and all that stuff. The plans had already been watered down after it was announced it would be mandatory, which sparked a fierce backlash. All right, so now they're saying, oh, well, it's going to be, what's it called? It's going to be a choice. Yeah, until there's a crisis big enough that there isn't a choice, you see? Which is anyway, outlining the priorities of the government in his speech, the King said the UK faced an increasingly dangerous and volatile world. Key pieces of legislation announced included the European Partnership Deal, which is strengthening ties with the European Union, as well as police reform bill, blah, 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 anti-Semitism, blah, 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 right? And it's just like the whole situation with Donald Trump, right? There was a lot of backlash in America in regards to America having a CBDC. So what did they do? They had Trump pass a legislation which bans the Federal Reserve from creating a CBDC without congressional approval. The key being without congressional approval. So he hasn't made it. He hasn't banned it. He's banned it without congressional approval. Now in a crisis, you will have that. And so this is what people need to realize, is that they're still building the infrastructure for a CBDC, just like they're still building and will have the infrastructure for the digital ID, which is all part of the MOTB system in the UK. All they require is the right crisis to push it through. And you see the crisis is building as we speak. All right. So when people are struggling to eat, when people are struggling for energy, when people are struggling for safety, they will agree to anything. All right. Beggars can't be choosers. Right. 2 Corinthians 2. Remember it said there you can use it to access the public services. Right. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. All right. We understand that the ultimate plan of Esau Edom is to have everybody chipped, man, to bring in this MOTB system and implant the microchip in everyone. And part of that is the digital ID and the CBDCs and all these different things, which is why they're being built all over the world. Right now, they got a different excuse for it, but they're being built nonetheless. And once the infrastructure is complete, then they will implement it, right? And the implementation is going to happen through coercion. They're going to coerce the people with crisis, all right? And that's what we're going to see, all right? So we're very close to these last prophecies, man. The hour of temptation, Revelations 13 and 16. And he says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of its name. So this is what's gonna happen. Right? The mark, the implantable RFID chip with your digital ID and everything attached will be made mandatory. It's just a matter of the right crises to get the majority of people on board, and they're gonna be begging for it. I told you already. There's people that's gonna be upset. They're gonna riot because they can't get it. There's gonna be people that's gonna be upset because they're not the first to get it. Just like the C19, you had people upset. Oh, why did them people get it first? Why you had people boasting that they got it first? I remember when I was at work, guy because he worked for the London Ambulance Services part time, he got the seating, and he was coming to work boasting. Then he collapsed at work. He weren't boasting then, but that's how people are gonna be. You know, this crisis is gonna be so thick and heavy that having that mark is gonna look like salvation. It's going to grant you access to food and energy and all the different things that you're going to be in need of. And people are going to be scrambling to get it. All right? You're going to have it. Yeah? If you want to partake in the things of the beast. Now, if you're of the Lord, then you know there's going to be another way. And that's the way of the Lord. Simple. All right? So we're getting close to this thing, man. They're pushing this thing. All right, and the crises are growing as we speak. Lord willing, on Friday we got a live stream coming up where we're gonna go into the food crisis. Oh, shalom.